Leetcode problem. So we are doing today's daily Leetcode problem 1626 base team with no conflicts. Date is 31 Jan 120 23. And you are basically a manager of a basketball team. For upcoming tournament, you want to choose a team with the highest overall score. Overall score is the sum of the scores of all the players. However, basketball team is not allowed to have any conflicts. A conflict exists when a younger player has a strictly higher score than the older player. Okay, not even just equal, strictly higher. Conflict does not occur between the players of same age, obviously, and the two list you have been given scores and ages. So where score I and ages I represent the score and age of the ith player, you have to return the highest possible overall score of the possible basketball team. So basically what you have to do, this is a score array and this is the ages array. Let me put it in simple words for you. That question, understanding the question is also the first part, like before solving the question. Yeah, so let's say score array and this is ages array. So you have to pick some players. Okay, you have to pick, let's say, or obviously the size will always be same of the score array and place ages array, right? Now you have to pick some of the indexes such that you form a team where there is some players with let's say age A1, A2, and A3, and let's say this is in increasing order. So this is the player with least age, this is the middle age, and this is the player oldest player in the team. So the score value should look like this: S1, comma S2, comma S3. Score value should be like S1 should be lesser than S2, should be lesser than S3. Okay, I think equal is also not allowed, right? Strictly higher score than older player. Okay? Yeah, then conflict will occur. Okay, strictly higher. Okay, so let's say this is allowed. Okay, so S1 less than equal to S2, less than equal to S3 is allowed. Okay, but in any case, if S2 becomes strictly higher than S1, that's not allowed, right? Because he is a player with more age. How can he have less score than the younger one? So that is a thing. And how to do this now? You can think of a greedy, but it's better as soon as you came out of a greedy, because yeah, I spend a lot of time on greedy. I don't even have, yeah, I have that a simple code which I use for greedy to this is the code for greedy. What I did, like I iterated over this and then see what is his age, whatever his what's his age and what's his code. So I'm saying, like, while while, like, what I was doing, I was sorting or not, I was sorting, I hope I was sorting initially. So v of I created this part is same, like creating a combined vector for both scores and ages. So combined vector for score and ages would look like, let's say this is a player 1, player 2, player 3, for player 4, for player 5. So combined vector would look like this. First player has age 1, score 1. Second player age 2, score 3. Age 3, score 5. Age 4, score 10. This is pretty sorted already. So not done, not need to sort again. But yeah, like in this cases, these are not sorted. 2 1 2 1. Like if I could have like shown that. But now, first of all, after creating this, you will sort it if it is not sorted, right? So then after sorting, it would look like this because this is already sorted. Now you will take some of the players, like you will take, okay, this player. Okay, how you are gonna take players? Because the sorted order is according to, I sorted according to ages before and now also. So sort according to the ages, like ages in increasing order. So ages are increasing, so their score must also be increasing. If the score decrease at any point, I will say that okay, it's not good, because you cannot take that player into team. So which one to remove? The player with the more age or player with the less age? I tried with removing the player with the more age. Okay, so if like this is a max variable, I just keep on moving until I can move. Like this was very greedy and not very good. Basically, I you can say I misinterpreted the question the first go. Like while I plus one is less, and basically just iteration and then checking if the current player. Okay, so if the next player has more height, then take it, then take the next player score. If next player has more height, then take it, and then I plus plus. And at any point, you have to break, like you have to say okay max, and then initialize this. This was also wrong. Like I was initializing it every time. That's not that kind of a question. There was some kind of question like that when you have to take subsequence, not subsequence, but subarray, and the subarray and total subarray and maximum of that, something like that. But now let's talk about DP, because this question is essentially a DP. As soon as you think in this way that after creating you want someone like s1 s2 s3. So like the question which I ask, when you are having two players which are conflicting players, okay, so there is a player with age a1 which is lesser than player of age a2, but their scores are different. It has score s1 and it has score s2. So you will say ki, okay, this has let's say s1 is greater than s2 and age is lesser than this. So if you take this player into team, right? If you take this player, smaller, younger player into team because its score is more, you might not be able to take all the players after this like age because they and who have lesser than S1 value. So which one to take? It's not a greedy way which one to take. You have to try all possible ways of taking. Like so in this way you can say, okay, I'm taking s1 or I'm not taking s1. Let's start with s2. I'm taking s2 or I'm not taking s2. So take not take dp question, this is it. Yeah. So after creating this vector of 2D vector of age and then score and then sorting it according to the ages, and then this insertion is somewhat to handle some of the cases. But yeah, let's move ahead. Like then call on the basically your dp answer, like complete solve and answer the new function for dp. So this is 2 cross 2 dp. Like why 2 cross 2? You have to say at which index I'm standing and which previous element I have taken, like which previous player I have taken. So I've taken a previous player with age equal to ap. So now I can only take players who have age greater than ap. Okay, only greater than or equal to also. So you will not consider player who have score. So you will say if the current player, this is a current, okay, so sorry, no, no, no. So you have taken player P which has age AP and score SP, right? Now you know that ages are gonna increase because you have sorted in increasing order. So you will always have age greater than that. But the thing is, like now you are getting S current S. Take a current score. So you are taking about the current player. So he already has greater age, but he should have greater score also. If that score, current score, is lesser than that previous wale ka score, right? That SP, then you will say, okay, not take. So not take, then this is the code for not take. Return of go to the next index I plus one and do not take. Make like previous remain it as previous and nothing add up over here. And the other cases for otherwise, like otherwise all the cases you can take. So the take cases take maximum of whether you take this element. Like this is for not taking, obviously, like id plus 1p. And if you take this element, this is gonna be your score, current score, add current score, and then move to the next index and then say this id, this previous player I have taken. So it will help me in taking future players, so that like I'll check that your score has to be greater than his score. So this p1, if it by chance is greater than their current score, then you cannot take this. And this is basically me finding out, a current age and current score. You can do directly over here where I have used this, but it would be somewhat little messy. But yeah, so and this is the dp part. Obviously after first you will do recursion, then you will say, okay, this is a 2d dp because two variables are changing index id and this previous element. Okay, honestly I have taken previously, you know that you want a value of previous index, not previously, you want a value of index, the index you are starting at standing at currently, and the previous score which you have taken. Okay, previous player score, because now player have greater age, but you should also say that, okay, now player now the next player should have greater score also. So for that matter, you could directly have ID and previous play score, but I am not taking previous play score because the range for that would go up to 10 raised per 3 into 10 raised per 6, 10 raised per 9. That is not what you can, I think, do over here. So what I did, ID is same, and then previous player index, because players are not much, players indexes are not much. So I took his index, that is why it's 10 raised per 3 into 10 raised per 3, because index is basically again the length of yeah, the length is also 100. So it's id and id itself, like this id can go up to 1000, and this is also kind of index, that is, so it can go up to 1000. So that's for 10 raised per 6, it's passing like yeah, even not very good, but still just passing. So that's about it. Tabulation you can try now. And this was a DP. This was a recursive calls. Memorization is this lines like DP, and this is the base case. Like when you go out of the bound, you can just return zero. Okay, no players left. The n for yeah. So that's about it. A pretty good DP question, right? for everyone who's starting with DP, practicing DP, this question is very nice because initially I also thought about greedy, like it looked somewhat like a greedy. I don't know why, but yeah, it looks something like that. But the best thing when you look at the constraint, you know this is not greedy. So that's about it. And 10 raised per 2, which is should be the time complexity, which is the time complexity. Not 10 raised per 2, sorry, n square n raised per 2. Yeah, and then yeah, now I think we should try this with tabulation, right? Should I have a tabulation just now? Do we have time? I think we have, so let's do it. After sorting, okay, why I inserted this? This is also great thing. I inserted this because first you have to say like I was passing initially p equal to -1. That's not what I can pass. So because this is used in DP indexing, so for index to be greater than 0, so like yeah, I did this. So let's do a tabulation for int. I'll say ki which previous element you have taken. You have all the options, right? You have all the options like int j is equal to I minus 1 till j is greater than 0. Answer till the point of j, so dp of I index value. Okay. Only if you can take this, like, you know, of j of 0 पे stored है score, 1 पे stored है. V of j of 1 is lesser than current element जो तुम देख रहे हो I. So V of I of 1, right? Current score is V of ID of 1, as you can see. So if this is satisfying, then only you can take this. Debug is going to debug. This time complexity is still n square, but why I'm thinking like why this is not coming into DP. Up till this point, if you are asking about phi, you will say key. Okay, what's the value of, let's say 0 is would be 0, right? If I have my DP over fine, like I think that DP should work. No, that DP should not work. If you are taking about like 1D DP, then this would like something like this would work. Vector int of DP of n plus 1 initialized with something like 0, whatever. DP of 0 would be equal to what is the score of 0, I think v of 0 comma 1. This is the current score that you can have. dp of 1 would say okay, they have some conditions like that you can do over here. I equal to 1, 1 j is equal to I minus 1, which is starting from 0 and then going up to 0 only. This you can previously also take. The value of 0 you already have, and then just checking whether the value present at score of the element present at 1 is greater than the score of element present at 0. Then you can take that into consideration. You'll say dp of 1 is equal to max of dp of 1 plus current score, also 0 plus current score. This is also the thing now. Is there no use of current age? No, as such. So why I created this over here? Anything else we need? So 1 key value is good. Like it will get v of 1 plus 0, because in this case it's fine. In some cases it's not fine. Then you go to 2. Then you ask for all the things which are below, yeah, behind 2. You ask 1. Okay, 1, I am fine to join with you. He'll say yeah. So 1, what your value is, who all were fine to join with you. So it's something like LIS. Some variation of LIS. In the topic tag, can you say like LIS would be mentioned? Okay, first of all, return DP of n should be there, right? Or n minus 1, I don't know. Yeah, at least they can have their current elements. I feel so. When you're saying only just one player in a team. There's only one player in a team, you can just say like this B of I comma 1. I think like that. That is also the thing. It will not go into that. Oh man. Let's see. tabulation में थोड़ी सी दिक्कत तो होती है मेरे को. But the strong feeling which I'm getting कि tabulation maybe this will be just 1D DP, right? Answers stored up till this point. And the last one which you have taken, no? I don't think so. You need the last one which you have taken. You're checking for all previous indexes. Fairly easy DP. Let's see what the people think when they say DP. Okay, so DP of 1D, fine. 0 to n they are going. They're going 0 to n. They are going crazy, right? No. But what is the better way to do this was like I don't know, n plus 1 you can say, no need to initialize over here. But yeah, the good thing which I really like in just one way that I of DP of I is equal to value present at I of 1 is the score. In any case you are having this right at least. And then I minus 1, 0 to I they are going. Okay, dp of I is equal to score, fine with it. And if the condition is happening, then a dp of j plus score, dp of I is going to dp of j plus score. The score is the score already. Answer is equal to max of dp. Oh, this you forgot. Okay, so it's not like you have to take n minus 1, right? It's about like in LIS, just like in LIS. Yeah, it's exactly LIS. So what I'm trying to say, return max element of DP. Something like this you are trying to say, I think, yeah. Element in DP or begin dot DP. But that would be again a lot of time complexity, not need to do that. So you could have just said, okay, still they are going from I 0 to I. Would this help? I don't feel so because all that are previously calculated, and ij plus plus dp of I is equal to max of dp of I comma b of I comma 1, which is the score at the ith point, and then dp of j if you have calculated it, fine. Let's see. Instead of max element, obviously I'll change it because it's more time consuming. You can have, yeah, mx is equal to max of mx comma dpi. There should be a way of everything. Return hahaha max and then comment this up, max equal to 0. Now there is a issue in this. You inserted that. Due to that, their issue was coming. Can blame things, but that's not a good way. Yeah, I think due to that, the issue was coming. Still, the issue is there. What to do with 0? Why not to do with 0? Obviously, you have to do with 0. That's whew, still and equal to भी होगा तो भी चलेगा मेरे को. 8 से चूक रहे थे क्या हम? I'm just gonna submit this up, yeah. Return max. DP 1D DP, yeah. Tabulation में 1D DP that I liked. अब कहाँ फंस गया? I come 1 sorting की need थी. I feel yes. Do you also feel yes? Need the है. एक से कहाँ फंस रहा है? चलो टेस्ट केस देखते हैं. This is age or this is score? Scores is the first one, ages is the next one. ठीक है. 1, 8, 9, 10. Ages. Score is 5, 1, 2, 3. Which you can take. I can take first element obviously, and 9 and 10 obviously. Why you can take 9, 10? Score तो मैच ही नहीं हो रहा. First तुम ले ही नहीं सकते. 1, 2, 3 you can still take. Yeah, that is the thing. ना उसने first ले लिया होगा. मैक्स से पहले सारे रिटर्न करा लो एक बार. पाँच है वो तो सही है. ठीक है. इसके बाद 1, 2, 3 कैसे आ रहा है? Yes, because you cannot take that, right? फिर 2 क्यों आ रहा है? You can take that previous वाला. Ages, these are the scores. 1, 2, 3 you can take, right? I can take obviously 1, 2, 3. Why cannot take? You asked for 0, our answer is calculated as 5. That's fine. I have an option to combine with 0, but he will say ये एंड की वजह से तो नहीं है कि ये बंद ही हो जाएगा उसके बाद देखेगा ही नहीं कुछ और. अब दैट वुड बी वेरी सिली मिस्टेक अगर वो सिली मिस्टेक, क्योंकि वो मैं स्टार्टिंग से करता आ रहा हूँ. I of 1 should be either greater than or equal to V of j comma 1. That was the issue. Oh, why there were very serious issues. Matlab, I think it's due to laziness of implementing, but yeah, that's about it. Main thing is to understand that this is a DP and how to take not take DP, right? And then this was a standard LIS kind of thing. Okay, guys, bye.